The Miami Hurricanes are currently 2-1 following an 8-point loss to Texas A&M. We've not even played our first ACC game yet, and Canes fans are out here panicking and giving up already. What's going on, Canes fans? This is a video that I feel like is very much needed right now, so please just bear with me for a moment and hear me out. Now, I fully understand that not every Canes fan out there believes that the season is over. Not every Miami fan is going to stop supporting and stop watching the games, but I do feel like I want to address those that do feel that way. Guys, I am here to let you know that it is not the end of the world after losing to the Aggies, and I'm not coming up here to make excuses, because at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. There are no participation trophies. Nobody cares that you tried your best. You either won or you lost. And in this case, we lost. But the sheer amount of Canes fans that I see on social media pulling their support, literally saying they're not going to watch any more games for the rest of the season because now we can't be undefeated, just blows my mind.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm just going to be blunt here. If you are one of those fans and your panties are all in a wad because you just knew that we were going to go undefeated and now your hopes and dreams are shattered, you've got to learn to separate your own personal expectations and wishes from reality. The standard and expectations should always be high. I'm talking literally through the roof, especially at the University of Miami. But many of you are putting 20 years of expectations, frustration, and disappointment on Mario Cristobal for his first year. I get that you're impatient. I understand that you're tired of waiting. You're preaching to the choir. I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan too, so I've felt all these same pains and frustrations that you have also felt. But if you think that just because Mario Cristobal signed an $80 million contract that it's instantly going to equal wins and that we're going to be undefeated, you are sadly mistaken. Now, I understand that you can make the argument here that, him getting paid a lot ups the expectations, and it absolutely does. You're right in that. And I also agree that, if more money is being pumped into the program, that we are looking for results. But you also have to understand that money does not literally buy wins. I'm talking about in a literal sense. So it helps us buy a more star-studded coaching staff, which means better development, which means, that should translate to the field. And it does. And I do actually believe that it is. However, again, I go back to what I just said. It doesn't literally buy wins. You're not literally just writing a check and saying, give us the dub, here's the money. That's not the way it works. Those other teams that we're playing are also pumping money into the program, also trying to win a national championship. Their end goal is the same. So the point I'm trying to make is the money will not give us an instant 180, not a complete turnaround, especially in year one. Again, can we see improvement? Yes, but I'm talking, will it be a complete 180? Does money equal national championship? Maybe long term, maybe, but not instantly. You have to understand that the Miami Hurricanes have practically been irrelevant for the last 2 decades. With that being said, it's going to take more than just money to turn it around. You have other teams out there that have been consistently winning and competing. Teams that have been stacking up recruiting class after recruiting class. And it does take a while to catch up when it comes to those categories. This is why I personally try to take a more realistic approach when it comes to my expectations for the Miami Hurricanes and every single season. Now, of course, I'm still going to be mad and upset and criticize and vent because at the end of the day, I'm a fan. That's what we do, right? Especially during my live streams. I mean, I'm heated. We're riding that roller coaster ride that is a college football game. And, I let my emotions get the best of me sometimes, but also we are supposed to be critical. We are supposed to hold the coaching staff and the players accountable. But still, just what blows my mind is the fans that I'm seeing on social media that literally, guys, are literally saying, well, The season's over. Mario Cristobal is a bust. I knew that we shouldn't have hired that guy. I'm not watching any more games for the rest of the season. Those are the Canes fans that I do not understand. And don't come in the comment section here and say, Coop, they're all just bandwagon fans. Ignore them. The problem is some of these people that are saying these things are Canes fans that I know for a fact have been fans for the better part of 20, 30, 40 years. So no, they're not bandwagon fans. Maybe that's what you want to call them now because they're jumping ship just because we lost a game. But these aren't burner accounts, guys. These aren't people coming in pretending to be Miami Hurricanes fans. These are people that I know have been fans for a very long time. Let's just break it down and be honest. What you really did was you set yourself up to be disappointed for this season. And that's just facts. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with believing. For those of you that said, regular season 12-0, undefeated, you can take it to the bank. I respect your positivity, your enthusiasm. Some people believe that they have to believe that we're going undefeated to be considered a fan. I'm actually quite the opposite. I believe that, I have a positive, optimistic outlook, but I can also step back and be a realist and be honest with my expectations. So what a lot of those people did is they hyped themselves up, which again is okay, but they set themselves up to be disappointed. And let's just be real. Now they're kind of crying and pouting about it a little bit. And everybody vents in their own way. But to say that you're pulling your support from the program is absolutely ridiculous. All offseason, I preached on this channel to taper your expectations slightly, and it's why I predicted a 9-3 season. And Canes fans just went in on me and told me that I didn't believe, and there's no way that we're going to spend this much money for a 9-3 season. That is an absolute complete failure. And I'm not bringing that up to say I told you so, to say that we were going to lose games, because it doesn't feel good to do that. I don't know if people realize that or understand it. As a content creator for the Miami Hurricanes, I have this platform here. It is a lose-lose for me. If I predict undefeated, people call me a homer and say I'm crazy. If I predict any losses, people say that I'm not a real fan. So at the end of the day, what I do is I set my Canes pride aside and I just keep it real and honest. And to be blunt, I just ignore all of the noise. I go with what I want to go with. And no one else's opinion matters when it comes to that decision that I make. But it is frustrating. Again, I'm upset that we lost because we could have won that game. We should have won that game. And it's why in my actual preview video, I changed that loss to a win. And again, nobody cares because at the end of the day, it's a loss. But we could have won that game. I saw the potential in this team, and I saw the issues that the Aggies were having. So I'm not making excuses for myself either. I was incorrect. But again, it just comes back to me saying, you've got to taper those expectations just slightly. And for me personally anyways, I would take running the table in the Coastal over beating the Aggies any day of the week. And that's not my prediction. I'm not saying that we're going to do that. But I'm saying we've not even got to the most important games on the schedule. That was a non-conference game in a big-time hostile environment. A lot of people didn't even give us a chance of winning that game in the offseason. It changed last week, for a lot of people because they felt like that, we matched up well against the Aggies. And like I said, we did. But the ACC is so much more important. So let's, as Canes fans, all continue to set these standards and expectations high, but just in the back of your mind, also try to be realistic. And hopefully what will happen is at the end of the season, Canes fans are all pleasantly surprised. That's just my take on it. I kind of just had to get this off my chest and vent a little bit. I, of course, in no way speak for all Miami Hurricanes fans. I've never pretended to do that, and a lot of times people put words in my mouth and try to twist things on social media. I do not speak for the entire fan base. This is my own personal opinion, but I want to see how you guys feel down in the comment section below. Let me know, are Canes fans overreacting? Let me know if, maybe the overreactions are needed, if that's actually how you feel about all of this. Are you in panic mode? It's okay to disagree because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal in mind. which is winning a national championship, and it's what we all want to see. So it's all out of love, in my opinion. But I just don't understand the mindset, the standpoint of pulling your support, not going to the games, not watching it on TV. That's just a lose-lose for all parties involved, yourself included. I'm just saying. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.